Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we are back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Jay-Z's legal issues. They keep mounting, and we're going to dive into a report. And this has been out for the past couple of days. Now, in case you're not aware, this is funny. It's funny and it's sad at the same time. You guys know that there's this gentleman. He's 31 years of age. He's allegedly Jay-Z's illegitimate son. This boy has been crying on the internet saying that Beyonce doesn't want to talk to him. Solange knows, doesn't want to, well, he didn't include Solange. I'm just exaggerating, but he was more focused on Beyonce not talking to him. I don't know what's going on. Every time someone steps forward, their focus has always been Beyonce. What happened to Solange? Like, don't you want to talk to Solange? Solange is a person. Everyone is always butthurt about Beyonce's not talking to me. Beyonce's alleged brother came forward a couple months ago. My sister Beyonce's not talking to. What about Solange? Everyone keeps ignoring her as though she's not a part of the family. Why? Because she's not. Oh, please. Solange is the realest thing, I believe, in that entire family combined. I believe that Solange is like a badass. She doesn't take ish, but she'll listen to you. And that's what I get from Solange, a real down-to-earth individual who doesn't put on a facade, who's not fake and all of that jazz. No, Jay-Z's son, he's 31 years old. He's saying that he has a sworn signed affidavit from his mom before her passing, and Jay-Z doesn't want to take the paternity test, and this has caused him some stress and mental duress and all of that jazz. But he's 31 years old. This is the thing with Jay-Z. Jay-Z's not going to give him what he's looking for because Jay-Z wants to make Beyonce the royal family, Blue Ivy, the twin, and that's it. Anything before Beyonce doesn't count, and it's really sad. However, at this age, 31, I know that if it is true, he's hurting, but chasing behind Jay-Z, begging him to do a paternity test, and they have sealed records, sanctions, and the list goes on. Because, when someone comes after Jay-Z, being the highly manipulative type of person that he is, when you come after him, he feels as though he's untouchable. And if you have an ounce of inconsistency in your case, he's going to ensure that sanctions are being filed against that attorney. So his son, Rymir Satterthwaite, is saying that, he wants to put an end to this. Jay-Z needs to do the paternity test so that he can move on with his life because he has evidence and he just needs the paternity test to seal the deal. He's not going to get it. The only thing he can do to win Jay-Z is to move on, be successful, create a name for himself. And when Jay-Z looks at him to say, I've made a mistake, you can say, oops, no, you didn't. As a matter of fact, you did me a favor. Jay-Z is a narcissist. And, the only way you can win a narcissist is just by you leaving them the heck alone and move on to winning in your life. That's the only way you win people like Jay-Z. But let's dive a little bit into this report. Now, they're saying Jay-Z is embroiled in yet another legal battle, this time stemming from a paternity lawsuit filed by Rymir Satterthwaite, who claims to be the rapper's 31-year-old illegitimate son. According to Mail Online, Satterthwaite, along with his late mother Wanda and his guardian, Dr. Lily Coley, has brought the case forward, alleging fraudulent actions by Jay-Z during prior paternity tests. The plaintiff argued that their legal rights were violated through fraudulent court actions, citing instances of sealed records, wrongful sanctions, and obstruction of their legal proceedings. That's not illegal court actions. If there's something to be sanctioned, it's going to be sanctioned. If you ask the court to seal documents and it is something that's within guidelines to be sealed, they're going to seal it. I think that this gentleman, if he's going to proceed with this case, he needs a really, really good attorney who knows how to bring forward his case where it makes sense and he gets the results that he wants. But maybe he doesn't have the attorney. Maybe he doesn't have the money to hire a really good attorney who is seasoned to these cases, so has to represent him better. Because if you don't know, how did I know all this? From the lawsuits that has been filed against you, because they can actually seal the court documents once his attorney knows that it's been sealed, and the court is going to say to his legal team in this case, they're going to seal the court documents for protection so that we can't go online and snoop around and find the information. So it's not illegally done. It was legally done. Now, they're saying this paternity dispute is only one of several legal issues surrounding the hip-hop mogul. In a separate case, a woman recently amended a prior lawsuit against Diddy to include allegations that Jay-Z also assaulted her at a party in 2000 when she was just 13 years old. Both Jay-Z and Diddy have denied the accusations. Adding to the legal troubles, attorney tonybuzbee, who represents the woman in the assault case, have filed a new lawsuit against Jay-Z's Raw Nation. Busbee accuses the company of violating various state laws, including battery and impersonation of a public official. In a statement released Wednesday, Busbee declared, "We will not be bullied or intimidated." That's the end of that report there, and that's just a summary of it. I've given you guys a summary. Now, let me just say this. Jay-Z's alleged son, he's not getting any justice in this case because he doesn't have the money or legal power to stand up against Alex Spiro. And as you guys know that Alex Spiro, he's very thorough. And if he sees that he can play games with you, he's going to play all the games that he can with you. He's going to shut down your attorney if that attorney gives him the leeway to do so. And that means that you have to be slipping up big time for Alex Spiro to file sanctions against you. You almost have to not have any clue or idea what you're doing, as like what tonybuzbee did. tonybuzbee went after Jay-Z. He gave Jay-Z a lot of leg room because he didn't do his homework, and Alex Spiro saw an opportunity to file sanctions against tonybuzbee, and he did that. So, judging from this case with tonybuzbee and Alex Spiro, I can tell you it's the same thing that is going on with his illegitimate son. So, this young man might be even getting someone to represent him for free, and in the event that he wins the case, that attorney gets compensated. Because if you look at the details, it's really given the sense that he's getting represented in the sense that if you win, I'll get paid, but if not, that's it. And I would say to him, if I could say something to him, I would say give it up. Move on with your life. Invest in yourself. Love on yourself. Yes, it hurts. Get some therapy. But at this point in time, you cannot get Jay-Z to be your father. And money, sometimes we think that money fills voids. We think that it fills gaps. We think that it makes us happy. But oftentimes, that is just the furthest from the truth, to be honest. I do agree that money oftentimes, not in every case, it gives us longevity, healthier lifestyle. But if we don't know how to manage that money and use it to our advantage, that very same money can be the end of us. So, I don't know who he has in his circle, but I believe that the people in his circle needs to be very honest and straightforward with him. Let him know to move on, get some therapy, move on from this, because Jay-Z is not going to be your father, and he doesn't have the money or legal power to get Jay-Z to do a paternity test. The mere fact that the court hasn't ordered Jay-Z to do a paternity test to put an end to this case, it really says a lot about his representation, because that should be one of the very first things that is put to the forefront. The moment that he filed the case, it should be wherein he brought such a strong case to the court that the court is like, okay, Mr. Carter, we need you to do a DNA test, and then it should be a open and shut deal. But I don't know what kind of game his attorney is playing, and chances are that's the reason why he's not getting anywhere and his attorney is being sanctioned. However, this does not mean that Jay-Z's legal troubles are over, because I do believe it's just the beginning for him. And as you guys know, Sloan Bella told us that he'll be outed for behaviors. And I do believe that we're seeing the beginning of such stage. So I'm just saying, I do see a lot more coming forward against Mr. Jay-Z. So we're going to take you through it as much as I can. We're going to go through all that comes up about Mr. Jay-Z, because I want to see how, he reacts to whatever else is coming his way. I want to see what Alex Spiro does. I want to see their argument and how they fight back and all of that jazz, because I am very excited to see Alex Spiro actually showing down with someone on his level. I thought at first tonybuzbee would have been that guy. Evidently, he's not. That is okay. Alex Spiro is seasoned. He's a very seasoned attorney, and he has fought a lot of high-profile cases, so that is okay. But I do believe that someone may very well be out to get him, and I'm talking about legally, okay? Well, that's all I have to say about that for this video. Let me know your thoughts. While you're at it, remember, give this video a big thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys in the comment section. Peace.